Welcome back to Today Live. Countless one-hit wonders have been and gone during our next guest's career. He redefined our music scene with split ends, mixing strange suits and that fantastic makeup with infectious tunes. A stint with brother Neil in Crowded House and a long solo career means it's always been about rock and roll for Tim Finn. Until now. Now though Tim is a family man, married with a young son, he's returned home. His new album, Say It Is So, has hit the stores. It is a road trip and it's been some journey for Tim. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Susan.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Say It Is So, your album, you produced it and you have done it your way.
Yeah, I sort of co-produced it with a guy I found in Nashville. I went off to Nashville not intending to do any sort of a country thing, but I guess I just wanted to use guitars and kind of get some of that, you know, good 70s equipment that they have so much over there to give you that warm sound, and it all just worked out for me really well. But I went over there just on a hunch, and but yeah, I'm very much sort of in full control now, like creative control, I suppose, and also, you know, the independent business approach, more like not having a major label involved, not having a manager, just sort of stripping away all that stuff, you know. It gets between you and the audience, so it's good.
It must be a wonderful thing to be at that point of your career where I guess you have the financial control, but I guess it's a self-confidence or a self-belief that, hey, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, it is like that. It's sort of, you make it up as you go along, and you have occasional days where there's too many emails coming in and you get a bit sort of frantic, you know. But it's nice to be in that loop. It's nice to be the one they have to come to. And if I want to do a video for a song that isn't going to be a single, I just do it, you know. Doing sort of slightly irrational things is kind of fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
You've got a website, haven't you, that
Yeah,
you're selling the CD from?
Yeah, you can buy it from timfinn.com. There's also another site operated out of Melbourne, Friends of the Ends. You can buy it there, and it's now in the stores as well. So it's kind of, you've got a choice of ways of doing it.
There's a lot of interest in the website with music?
There is. I mean, it's a way of connecting up the dots, you know. It's kind of a communication thing. Fans can get involved, and all these chat rooms, they're all busily chatting away about you. I wouldn't dare go in there, you know. Apparently David Bowie does. He goes into his chat room and kind of prowls around anonymously, and they could be saying the most dreadful things, but he's up for it. I'm not. I like to stay a little bit back from that. Yeah. But it's, you know, it's a means to an end. It's another way of reaching out, and it's fun also, you know. It's kind of getting away from the usual way that things are done, you know, which is a bit tired now, you know, the old 1 month of huge promotion, and then it kind of, you know what I mean, this is more of a steady, slow way, so it's good.
Should we have a look? We've got a bit of tape, so let's have a look at it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Now, you came home last year.
Yeah.
Last year it was, yeah?
Yep, 6 months ago.
You enjoying it? You came home to bring Harper, who's two, back to New Zealand.
Yeah, it was kind of, I guess, the fact that, now I had a son, I wanted him to kind of have that barefoot kind of New Zealand experience, you know, and he's got 9 cousins here, and it was also my wanting to be closer to my family, my parents, my brother Neil. I mean, Neil and I can now jam whenever we feel like it. He's 10 minutes down the road. You know, all this sort of stuff, and it just snuck up on me. I wasn't expecting it, but you know, I've had a lifelong love affair with my country. I mean, I've never felt any sense of I've got to get out of here. It's always been I've come back to it, I've gone away, I've come back, and now I am back. And it's been 25 years since I've lived here, but it's all clicked for me since I came back. I've just haven't had to second guess it. You know, it was definitely the right thing at the right time.
Because I think for those of us who've stayed here largely, to have huge international successes like you come home makes us feel good. It's kind of a validating thing, you know? Oh, like, hey, that is a good place to be. Well,
yeah, I guess so, yeah. I mean, I don't know, I know that I'm glad to be here. I mean, I find it a very rich place, and there's so much creativity, and, you know, for my music, it's been wonderful. I've done a lot of, you know, collaboration since I've been back, and, yeah, the people are my people. This is my tribe, so, you know, it's a good place to be.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
We're going to hear some more stuff with you and Neil, because that'll be exciting.
Yeah, there'll be another Finn Brothers record, and I'm not sure exactly when, but probably in about a year, hopefully, or less, it'll be out there. You know, that's an inevitability. Neil and I will be, you know, as we get on, you know, we'll be still making records, and, you know, hopefully it'll just continue, yeah.
It's so funny though, I mean, I saw Neil down at the Team New Zealand party a couple of weeks ago, and
Yeah,
there's
I
this
missed
boy,
that.
but you know, there's
Yeah.
his son who's kind of like, I think, you know, there's a whole new generation coming through, isn't there?
There is, yeah. There's a sort of a lineage thing. Liam's band, Betcha Duper, you know, they're now up and running, and he's Neil's eldest son, and there's, you know, rock and roll itself has a history now too. You know, when you think back, like we were over in Nashville, we went to Memphis and called in at Sun Studios, Elvis's place, you know, where he started out, and it's got the same lino on the floor and the whole thing, and it's like a time capsule. But I started thinking, gee, you know, like because of this truck driver from Tupelo, you know, Elvis Presley, my life was changed forever because he influenced the Beatles, they influenced me, I influenced Neil, Neil influenced Liam, and it goes on, you know, that's the way it should be.
And a whole bunch of other young New Zealanders.
I hope so,
Oh,
yeah. That's the
indeed.
best thing is when they come up to you and talk about songs that may have, you know, inspired them. That's the best thing. Had
I
one
grew
the
up
other
on
day.
them, I mean, I can remember. It's,
Yeah.
you know, sitting in the front row watching you guys perform and going, whoa, you know, and you hear it now and it makes you feel young.
Yeah, well, I hope so. You know, songs can take you back, yeah.
Now, your wife Marie is going to be our music critic, which I'm really looking forward to, and I met her yesterday for the first
Yeah.
time. She told me a few secrets. She told me you play guitar and drum or something together. You go
Yeah.
into your music room at home and you make a whole lot of noise.
Yeah, I make a lot of noise, and Harper's not allowed down there. But yeah, I basically figured out this thing because you see, when you're playing the guitar, you've got 2 feet now, not doing too much. They're just tapping along. So you might as well put a drum in front of this one and a drum in front of that one. This is what I do now, and it's I like to be physical with my music. You know, getting my body involved. You know, our dad's a great dancer, and he can't sing. He's basically a one-note man. Sorry, Dad. Mum can sing. But Dad's a great dancer, a graceful man. You know, he can move it and shake it. So I got some of that from him, I hope.
All right. The other thing she was telling me, you got a kid's boombox, you got an egg shaker, you're down there with all these weird things doing. Is this right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's, you know, those little play school things that you kind of, like a little ghetto box for a kid, they can become an MC for a few minutes. I found that by singing hard into it, you get this really good sound. So it was like, thanks a lot, Harper. You know, see you later, kid.
I got your toy. So you're now being influenced by your 2-year-old.
Yeah, wherever it comes from, Susan, I tell you, you got to take it.
I was reading up on you about the power of music, and at the same time I think I was reading an Economist or a Time magazine talking about a woman who'd had a stroke, and she had lost a part of her brain that let her identify music. It was all just a noise. But what was so fascinating was if they played scary music, she would get frightened, even though she couldn't tell what the music was, and if they played happy tunes, she felt happy. I don't think we understand the effect that music has on us, do we?
Yeah, I think that's true. It's a very mysterious thing because there's no tangible, you know, with a painting you can sort of touch it and, you know, but a song is just out there, sound waves, you know, there's a mysterious effect on our nervous system, I'm sure, you know, and like, it is used for therapy, it is used to help people get well, but it makes us all feel well too, even if we're a bit blue or a bit anxious, you know, you put on a good bit of music. It's amazingly important in people's lives, and I just feel so lucky that I'm a part of that. I'm like a conduit that can let a bit of it through, you know, that's how I feel about it. And on a good day when I get a good song, you know, and I'm in love with this song, I can then share that feeling with other people. It's incredible.
You're probably a man in the right time. Maybe 20 years before your time, it wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have had the success.
You never know. I mean, timing is everything, as Keith Richards once said about rock and roll. You know, you can be the greatest band or the greatest singer in the world and it just may not happen for you. But you could be happy out in the margins if you accept that too. It doesn't always have to be big, you know. Sometimes it's good just to sing for your friends.
So what makes you happy now?
Oh, just my life, you know, pretty much. I mean, I'm a pretty happy guy. I've you know, come through a lot. I've been on this big journey. I'm still on it. I haven't arrived anywhere, but I'm back home and it feels good.
All right, it's been brilliant. We'll see you tomorrow for Today Live.